G'day guys, Bentley back again with another video. Today I'm heading back to Queensland via Bathurst. So staying the night on Conrod Strait at the ridges there. Never been to Bathurst before, so it'd be interesting to check it out. Meant to be pretty steep up there, good view from the top of the mountain. Take the Godzilla back to where it sort of was born. Except everyone will go, it's not a real Godzilla. I don't really care. I just say that just to stir everyone up. It's what?
It's not a Godzilla. Godzilla's an R32.
Who gives a shit? Just got to poke the dragon, warm this thing up, and I'll be heading off. No CarPlay on these old rigs, so got to use the old fussy old quad lock out. Eight and a half hours, 730k, 770k, sorry. Let's go. Drove from Bayswater to Seymour. Just fueled up, getting pretty good fuel economy. I know Kester's probably the only one that gives a shit. Averaging about 10, 11 litres per 100 k's. Just cruising. You probably saw in the time lapse, a lot of people flew past me because they felt like speeding. I don't really want to lose my license, so just cruising along. Finally made it to the hotel. Good to unwind after a bit of a drive. It was a pretty easy run on the way up. There wasn't too much traffic or anything. The roads were absolutely atrocious though after I got off the Hume. The Olympic Highway or whatever it's called, it's just constant potholes and warped asphalt that bulges up in the middle of underneath your car. So I managed to smash the exhaust on something about 2 hours before getting here. Didn't change the exhaust note or anything, so hopefully no damage has been caused. Looking forward to having a chicken palmy and just unwinding for a bit, having a shower maybe. Then I'll probably go for a few laps of the track, check it out. I've done just a little quick squirt up the pit lane area just to get here into the hotel. But looking forward to getting all the way up to the mountain shortly. Just coming up Conrod Strait now out of the hotel, coming up to the start-stop line. No idea what the speed limit is here because there's actually no signs that I've seen so far. I assume it's 60, but I'll just do 40 just in case. Crazy people running. Well guys, this is the start of my first lap of Bathurst. Just took off from the starting line. Ready to conquer the mountain, as this sign up here says. Excuse all of the drone from my exhaust. which is incredibly loud. I have a feeling my rear section fell off again during the road trip. It's a bit drony. So time to set the cruise control and just enjoy. Coming up the hill, it's even this part's pretty steep on games and that. I mean, I've done a million laps of Bathurst. I didn't think this section was steep at all. It looks like it's just flat in a game. But we're starting to make our way up the hill. Could imagine this little bump here getting a little bit light right at about 240, and then hard on the brakes into turn 2, I think. Nice houses around here. Brake marker, wheelie bends, downshift. Didn't need a brake at all because I'm going 60. Oh yeah, this would definitely be fun. Fanging it a lot faster than 60. It's not quite as steep as I pictured this section. I pictured this part being real steep, but I'm guessing as you come back down, it's probably steeper on the other side of the hill. This part's the tricky part in games. You always end up ploughing into the wall if you don't brake early enough. Jeez, this is actually quite steep. Be a lot more fun at like 8/10 pace or like 7/10 pace. Just cruising around 60 is not doing it any kind of justice whatsoever. A few tyre marks from Bathurst the other week. A couple of people have binned it up through here, through Silman Park. Changing up into 5th by about here. A lot of elevation change that I sort of didn't really anticipate. Sort of figured once you were up the top it was fairly flat, but it does move around a bit. Another good spot for everyone to crash. Come flying over this blind hill. Philamy Park, I think it's called. That is quite the view out there to the left. Not sure if it's all getting picked up on camera. Now we start going downhill again. Oh yeah, this is steep. Yeah, it's quite cool through here. Man, this would be fun at like full pace or 80%. Yeah, she gets a bit tight here. Down a second. I just can't believe how quick they go through this. Bit of crackle on D-cell down the hill. Just Nissan's doing Nissan things. Pizza Hut corner, I think this one's called. Good old Pizza Hut corner. Back down a second. As we come out of this one, down a Conrod straight, we pin it for about the next 5 minutes because we're going 40. Alright, we'll go 60. Very steep down here. This will be fun to just absolutely unload the accelerator down here. Fly down here. I reckon this thing would probably hit about 240 by the top of that hill. I'd absolutely shit my pants because I'm driving on wind run tyres. The thing would get light. I'd probably end up locking all 4 wheels, flying into the sand and causing all kinds of drift. actually quite a small track. Doesn't take too long to get around. Probably pictured it being a little bit longer than it was. Haven't seen any of the speed cameras, either I'm blind or they're all pretty well hidden. Probably half these wheelie bins are probably speed cameras. Oh, Jesus. Must be a bit of dust in here. There's the hotel we're staying at. Good view from the balcony, boys. A little bit outdated, but $200 for the night. Can't really complain. Sure beats sitting in a car that's absolutely crushing my legs for 20 hours straight. So good to break it up into 2 drives this time. Have to say though, the adaptive suspension in the GTR, set to comfort, is actually amazing considering how bumpy I was expecting it to be. It drives like a Falcon. Like it just sort of sails over the bumps. You don't really feel too much. It's really quite compliant actually over all the bumps. As soon as you stiffen it up, it'll snap your back. But I mean, the only thing that was uncomfortable on the drive up was like my legs. I was just a little bit cramped in this cockpit. I was able to move around a fair bit though. There's quite a fair bit of leg room. There's leg room sideways and leg room lengthways. You can stretch right out. Anyway. Anyway, that's the end of our lap. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I sure did. I'm off to go pick up my dinner now. The hotel doesn't have chicken parmas. I mean, I probably should have booked somewhere else. The view makes up for it, but the lack of menu items is sure terrible.
Good morning, guys. Feel a lot more refreshed after staying overnight. I normally just motor the whole way home, and by the time I get home, I'm absolutely wrecked. So it's nice to have that stop and have a shower and all that and just relax for the night. Good to see Bathurst. Anyway, so kicking on for the rest of today, 1,000 k's home. The fastest way would be just straight north and enter Queensland through Goondiwindi. However, due to Nissan and my concerns for its reliability, because it's a Nissan, I'm probably going to head towards Sydney way first and then up through Coffs Harbour and take the coastal way home. Just much nicer roads, more likely to get picked up if the bloody Nissan breaks down or something. So get home safely heading that way, and yeah, should be a nice drive, about 12 hours. Should get home just before the rules change for the COVID stuff. But either way, I've been tested properly and done a RAT test, so hopefully they'll let me in. So this is the way I'm going to be going, just due to not trusting Nissan. A little bit out of the way. Traditionally, you would just come up this way and that way home. However, that's all single lane roads, tiny little towns, no civilization at all. Wouldn't even know what a GTR is if it bit them on the arse. So we're going to go the coastal way and hope for the best. I forgot to show the view off the balcony at the hotel I'm staying at last night. Awesome view, awesome location for the hotel. Hotel is like a 4 out of 10 though. It's pretty crap. Very outdated, built for bogans clearly. So I guess it's fit for purpose, but it was pretty cheap, so can't really complain too much. But from the website and that, it looked like it was going to be a lot nicer, but it was pretty average, pretty outdated. Anyway, this is the view.
Ew. I had to park nose in because the spots here are tiny. I had to park really close that side so that I'd be able to have a shared entryway on this side. Anyway, who said GTRs aren't practical? Got a big boot. Time to give it a bit of the razzle dazzle. engine oil temp before we head off. Well, as it turns out, in New South Wales, you can't do a U-turn from a traffic light. So I lasted 2 minutes from the track, did a U-turn to try and get to the BP, fueled up, did another U-turn to leave in front of a cop. Apparently that's illegal in New South Wales, so we'll see if we get a ticket. So anyway, there we have it. $270 fine, 2 demerit points. Welcome to fuck you, New South Wales. Fuck, I hate New South Wales. So it turns out you can't do a U-turn from a traffic light. All I was trying to do was turn around after filling up with fuel. Turned out I did it in front of a highway patrol van, 300C, motorbike. Just didn't even know it was illegal. Clearly, if I knew it was illegal, I wouldn't have fucking done it. Anyway, cop was really cool. Didn't even look over the car or anything. It's pretty fucking low and it's pretty loud. I shut it off straight away. So anyway, looking forward to getting the fuck out of New South Wales and getting home. Well guys, I decided when I was leaving Bathurst, I wanted to go just towards Sydney and head the coastal way home. What I didn't realise was I was going to be travelling through the most epic mountains, the Blue Mountains. Didn't realise the roads out here were so good. There's good 100 zones. You know, a lot of the slow zones are pretty slow, but for good reason. Traffic's not too bad through here. It's actually really enjoying this drive a lot more than I thought I would. Bloody glad I did this. Came this way instead. Sure beats looking at paddocks and bloody wheat fields and hitting kangaroos and all that bullshit that you take on the countryway. So I was really enjoying this this trip back to Brisbane. Can't wait to get out of New South Wales though and get home and see my dog. So that should be pretty good soon. Anyway, about 12 more hours left and then I should be home. So catch you later. Beautiful Melbourne weather in the background. I'm officially home. Brought the Melbourne weather with me, even though it wasn't in Melbourne. Got home last night, was too tired to make an outro or anything, so thought I'd come and do it today, hoping for better weather, except it's still gross out here, sunny Queensland. Anyway, yeah, so crossing the border, I was a little bit nervous, thinking, you know, did I do my border pass right, all this sort of shit, and there was one cop, waved everyone through, flew through the border crossing like it was nothing. So lucky I don't have COVID or anything. So all multiple tests to get here. Anyway, just like to give a big thanks to Kester, who does all my video editing. I'm sure he's going to have a battle ahead of him to try and make this into an actual semi-watchable video with all of my stop starting and all my outtakes and all my little video notes to him and all that sort of stuff. Big thanks to my sister who looked after me for the 2 weeks I was in Melbourne. Thanks to, you know, everyone that's played a part in helping me get this bad boy right here. Big thanks to my mum supporting me. Always, you know, being my #1 supporter. Also, like to thank my bosses, Rob and Ben. Just always pushing me to be better, you know, at work, outside of work, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, without them, I sort of would never have really wanted to sort of push myself to be better at life or anything like that. Also big thanks to Tony, old crazy Tony from Kitchen 8. You know, haven't been friends for a long time, but you're awesome, man. Thanks heaps for all your advice and just listening and helping and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, all right, that's the end of the video here anyway, guys. So I'll catch you on the next one.